You have to understand something about your country. Now, this is something I didn't understand when I was a young man. It took me decades and decades and decades of experience plus reading to figure this out. Your country is run by a ruling class that is interested in imposing neo feudalism in the United States. They don't have your best interest at all. Now, maybe you've been asking yourself over the years, are our leaders dumb or are they devious? They're devious. What they want is a society where they own everything and you are a renter in their society. Now, why should that be surprising to you? That's been the norm throughout human history. We haven't evolved substantially in the past 10,000 years. Julius Caesar and the pharaohs before him developed as babies and infants in the same way that you developed. I've been a pediatrician for 40 years now. Children hit their milestones in exactly the same way as they did 40 years ago. There's no difference at all. You hold your head up at 3 to 4 months, you sit at 7.5 months, you walk by 14 months. There's not a shred of difference in 40 years. And if you go back 10,000 years, it'll be the same. What this means is that humans are the same now as they have ever been. We are not any more noble now than we were 10,000 years ago. We're not evolving. Your leaders are the same now as they were 10,000 years ago. They have all the same emotions, good and bad. They are not any kinder or more noble. They still lust for absolute power. Our leaders have been corrupted by power. Our leaders in the ruling class traditionally come from the northeast part of the country, in the Boston, New York, Philadelphia area, although now they have their representatives all over the country. Of course, they've always been influential in the United States, but now they want everything. They have joined forces with the new money to impose their will upon society. Actually, they control the new money. The billionaires that you read about in the news, people like Musk, Thiel, Ellison, Gates, and even Soros, are controlled by the old money. For all their money, these billionaires do not control the levers of power in the United States. It's the old money that controls the levers of power. And anytime they want, this old money, these old families, this aristocracy can break Gates, Musk, Zuckerberg, Ellison, Soros, anybody they want. Don't kid yourself. These ruling elite are like an isolated island to themselves. They don't mix a whole lot with regular people. They have their own social circles. And they have principally aligned themselves with the elites who run the aristocracy in the United Kingdom. They look up to them. They rather like the idea of noble titles. Now, these are the people who control the world. These are the people who make the decisions to go to war. And they love war. They love war because war makes corporations, major corporations, a lot of money by extracting it from you. And since they own the corporations, they become wealthier as you become poorer. This serves their goal of creating a neo-feudal society in the United States. Now, of course, a feudal society has always existed in the United Kingdom. People of the United Kingdom have been raped for centuries into poverty. Except for London, the people of the United Kingdom are poorer than the people who live in the four poorest states of the United States. That's a fact. Life is tough there, and life is going to get tough here also because our aristocracy has an impregnable grip on the affairs of our country. This is accomplished primarily through the media, which they control. When you control the media, you control the minds of men. And that control is easier to obtain when people are poor. So what we have here is a vicious cycle going downwards. Poor people are more likely to listen to mainstream media nonsense. This creates even more poor people, which increases even more reliance on what the elites say. Unfortunately, you as a person who reads books are outnumbered. It doesn't matter that there are 50 million of you in the United States who read books and take the time to understand issues. You are vastly outnumbered by 5 to 1 by people who don't read books, who are become becoming increasingly poor, and who rely on mainstream media, which doesn't ask a lot of questions of the elites as to why we're constantly going to war. It's so easy for the elites through their mainstream media to lie to you and to fool you. It's so easy for them to create heroes and saviors like Trump, like Obama, who will lead you straight over the cliff. That's why I'm making this video, so that you'll know. You should at least hear one voice in the wilderness telling you what's happening to you. And after hearing this, if you want to be poor and you want to be stupid and you want to go along and you want to keep believing in the false heroes of the United States, you go, girl. It's your country, not theirs. And they are stealing it from you right under your nose. Out.